Hey quarterbacks, today we're going to talk about how you decide where to go with the ball based on the play and what the defense is giving you. Coaches, this might help you with play design and play calling, and it's coming up right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pawlawski. Today, I want to talk about play design, concepts, how quarterbacks decide where to go with the ball, and how coaches decide what plays to call against what looks they're facing. First, if you dig football content, if you like learning the X's and O's, if you're a fan who loves talking about the game, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. That way you get notified every time we have new videos coming out. Please give me a comment down below. Anything you'd like to learn about the game you think I can help you with, I would love to talk to you about the game of football. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to learn about play design and decision making from that quarterback spot. And again, remember, please share this video out. Friends, family, teammates, anybody who you think may enjoy football content. We're trying to help and improve the lives of as many young athletes as possible. So if there are young quarterbacks out there that you know that I can help with these videos, please share us out. Now, let's talk about concepts, designs, and how quarterbacks should think about offense. There's a couple different ways that concepts and plays are designed. The first one is mirrored routes. I've talked about it before. It's where you have the same exact route design on each side of the ball. As a quarterback, making your decision on where you go with the ball is based on a couple of different things. We're going to take a look at a couple plays from my Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook, and I'm going to show you how, with different concepts, you'll make different reads. Right now, we're going to kick it off, and we're going to look at twin angle. So you can see in the Bucs offense what we called twin angle here. A lot of people would call a smash concept. Some people call it the China route. I've heard a bunch of different names for it. A digit system would probably call it 17 because it's a 1 route and a 7 route in here. So there's a bunch of different ways to call this play, but these are mirrored routes. You can see both sides of the ball are running the same exact pattern. It's an under or a smash concept and a corner by the number 2 receiver per side. So how do you pick a side? Well, there's a couple different ways that you can do it in this route. If you have man, then I want to find my matchup. Let's say they're running cover 1 free. So you got a corner, you've got a nickel guy, you've got a linebacker here, and you've got a corner with a safety. Well, I like a matchup of a linebacker against my slot guy here. So if this safety is playing it straight and he's playing middle of the field, I'm going to try to hold him with my eyes and then let this slot win against a linebacker. Now let's say that you've got the dime package in the game. So you've got nickel and you've got your dime over here and you got corners, safety in the top, again, cover 1. I'm going to go, if I can, if I've got a matchup in size, speed, or alignment. Let's say, for instance, we've got a 6'4" slot in this spot, and they've got a 5'10" DB. Now, this is easy because that's an easy mismatch right there. If this safety plays you straight up, then I'm going to try to take advantage of my height advantage here. And as a quarterback, I'm going to try to work to that side. Hold the safety in the middle of the field, throw that mismatch. What if I've got, let's say they put their stud, right? Their nickel guy is their stud over your guy. Here's your number 1 guy. Here's your top receiver. And it's a matchup, and their guy is just as good as your guy. But your number 2 in this slot is pretty good, almost as good as your number 1 guy, but they put their fish out here to cover him. Well, I'm going to try to take advantage of that matchup. Again, hold that safety in the middle of the field, and if he stays in the middle of the field, then I'm going to take that shot. Now, if this safety is going to help out the fish, then I'm going to go for my best guy versus their best guy and take a shot down the field. So versus man, matchups are simple. You can pick a side. Now let's say that they're playing zone, and they decide they're going to go into a cover 2 look. So you've got a corner down low, safety's up high, corner down low, and let's say it's a nickel. And so they've got a nickel over here in terms of their guy. But a linebacker as their outside guy here, splitting the gap. If that's the case, I'm going to try to work where I have the advantage in terms of skills. And so linebackers more likely to be run support guys inside. Linebackers not often as good in space as their nickel guys. I'm going to work towards this guy, see if I can work this field. Get this corner to try to, get this receiver, to try to influence this corner and see if I can take that shot on a soft spot throw versus cover 2. If not, the check down is always the way to go as a quarterback if you get yourself in trouble. Let's say you're on the hash here. So you are playing short side of the field is to your left-hand side. This is a long throw to the field. Now, you can make it if you got a big arm and you can take that shot. That's fine. Corner to the short or to the wide side of the field is more likely to play loose. So as a quarterback, I'm thinking this corner knows that he's got run support on the outside. He's going to be more likely to stay under. This is a hole shot for me. If I can hold this safety on the hash rather than trying to throw against the safety to the wide field with a long ball, I may try to stick this ball in the hole back into the boundary as well. So all of that plays into my thinking on a mirrored route. It's numbers. Do I have numbers? It's spacing. Do I have the right spacing for where I want to throw this ball? And then it's matchups in terms of where I want to go with the football in a mirrored route. Another way to pair routes is to pair them by concept. Some routes are great versus certain coverages, but not so good versus other coverages. And so rather than having a mirrored route, now you're going to have a concept package where one side works against one coverage, one side works against another coverage, and coverage dictates where you go with the ball. Let's take a look at one of those right now. So now you can see we have nickel 92, angle Winston. The angle in this case we just talked about. It's that smash concept here. You have down low in the flat, corner up over the top. The Winston is the out route on the outside with the curl on the inside, back check release to that side. So we just saw if we come out versus cover 2, corner, safety, safety, corner. We'll put a backer here, Mike in the middle. So if we get cover 2 and we come out with 92 angle Winston, this isn't a very good throw. Corner's going to be here. He's going to sit here in the flat, going to reroute it. And versus cover 2 in this offense, we used to convert. So that became a go. So now I'm left to work the sit-down route with a backer underneath. Not a high percentage play for me to one side, hoping one guy gets open. But cover 2 on the backside, we've got hopefully influencing this corner with the angle over the top. If we can hold that safety on the hash, we've got that hole throw. We just talked through all that. Now, let's say they come out and they play cover 3. So now it's middle of the field closed, safety in the middle, corner over the top. Again, we'll go with strong safety here, backer, will linebacker here, corner over the top. Now, this corner's deep third, and this strong safety has to decide whether he's going to sit inside on hook or sprint to try to cover that flat on the out. Well, if you can influence that strong safety on the inside, this ball on timing is a gimme all day long. So versus cover 3, I'm thinking I'm going to work here. Versus cover 2, I'm going to work here. And so based on the coverage that I'm getting out of the defense, I'm going to pick a side based on concept. Cover 3 beater or middle field closed beater, and cover 2 beater or middle field open beater on this side. And again, remember, and I talk about this all the time, you've always got the back on the check down. So always be alert of what your back is supposed to do. And running backs, if you're watching this, if you make your check and your backers aren't coming, make sure you get out to help your quarterback out. So you have an answer here for zone coverage all day long. If you come out in man, now versus man, you go back to the same exact principles we talked before. Safety in the middle, corner, nickel, dime, and corner, playing man across. Now, where's my matchup? Where do I win? Where do I feel most comfortable throwing that football? So that stays intact in terms of the way that we picked the side before. Now let's say you come up and you've got Now let's say you come up and you've got nickel 92 angle, which it just was, and I drew up the back part of this play for you so you can see it. Pig, which is the post, the seam post. Are you fucking kidding me? Now let's say that you come up and you've got that same nickel 92 angle on the backside, so smash concept here, and you've got pig F shoot. Just drew this one up for you. This wasn't actually in our playbook, but it's a nice concept for what I'm about to show you. So pig is the post, that bang 8 or seam post, and then the dig. So you've got a dig coming across, and they come out in cover 2. This side doesn't make it versus cover 2. It'd be okay to work inside potentially, but not great versus cover 2 over here. Cover 2, we talked about it before. This is great versus cover 2. So cover 2, you've got your beater. Man, with the free safety in the middle of the field, you know you don't want to run that post into a free safety, so that's probably no good. You can take your shot down here, or you've got a runaway right here, and again, against man, this turns into a runaway as well. So you've got 3 options, or even one more if he's going to get out into the flat with a little pick. So got a bunch of stuff going on in this route. But what if they come out in a cover 4, and you've studied on film, and this team likes to hover with their corners. They'll play a little high, be able to react up and make the tackle, but they're also able to fall off. So it gives you a real tweener read. Safety over the top. A lot of teams in college are doing this now to play that match coverage against the RPO. Back to this side, this guy's going to match here so that he can come down, be the overhang run support, or play this man if it gets vertical over the top. Other side, same thing in cover 4. You're going to get that safety on the match on the backside with a corner who is going to end up on the outside leverage, playing that deep quarter, and the safety is going to match anything going vertical through his zone. So you get that cover 4 look. Don't like this side so much. But as a quarterback, I know that as this pushes vertical, this safety is going to lock on when he gets past 10 or 12 yards. And as he breaks off, this safety is going to flatten in pursuit. What that leaves me is a nice open window back in here to throw that bang 8 against an outside leverage corner. So, built into this one, cover 4, not so hot. Great throw here. Cover 2, middle field open, of course, which would also be the case against cover 4. Cover 4. Safety, no center field. You got middle field open. But feeling the corners, understanding where they're playing, I like this side way better versus cover 4. And again, versus man, this is a good shot. This is a good shot. Or you draw this up like this so you get a little pick and he comes across late. Get the pick on the back. You could always free release him, especially against blitz where a backer is going to have to cover him from inside out. So plenty of options in there. And the last way you design plays is with an overall concept built into the play itself. So it's not a pick a side. I'm not choosing left side versus right side. You're using both sides to work together to work concepts in the middle of the field, and we'll take a look at that right now. So once again, in the nickel passing package out of my Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook, you've got nickel 92, number 2, or number 3 exit, depending on which way you call it. In this case, it's number 2 exit. This is a version of what the West Coast offense calls flanker drive. Sam just named it differently because of the guy he wanted running the route and the way he wanted to run it within his system. But you can see here, this is a full concept play. The exit, your progression, starts with the go route. If you get man out here and you like the matchup, boom, that's your alert. Hit it. If you like it, take your shot, good to go. 2, you're working the exit coming across. He has the option of sitting down if he finds an open window for you, but can't sit down until he crosses the football. 3, your deep cross over the top. And so what are we doing? We're working a high-low on these nickel backers in the middle. And then 4, you can always come back to the backside, and you can always just decide to come back here to start. And then again, number 5, the back on the check arc. But what it gives you is an alert front side, a possibility of coming backside if you just like a matchup back there with a guy that can get open, or on the inside, you're working a triangle read between your number 2, which is your X or your exit in this case, your number 3, your other inside slot, number 2 on the right, and the high-low with the shallow cross and the dig and the back on the check down. So it gives you the triangle read inside, gives you alerts on the outsides, and it's an overall field concept. So as you can see, it's a couple different ways to call plays, from mirrored routes to a pick-a-side versus coverage play to an overall concept, understanding as a quarterback what you're seeing and where you need to go with the ball or where you need to work, or what you're trying to call as a coach, really important. And being clear and specific about that in communication between the two, also super important. If you like what I did here today, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell. If you haven't already, you get all the new content when it's coming out. Give me a thumbs up if you understand how to pick a side now as you're looking at the football field, and if you're starting to get the piece about thinking conceptually, working concepts on the field. Leave me a comment down below if there's anything you'd like to see or like me to break down. Happy to do it. And remember, share this video out. Friends, family, fans, anybody that loves football, I'll try to give them something to look at home. I appreciate you watching. Hoping to give you a little quarterback training, maybe improve your football skills, and make you better in the pocket as a quarterback. I'll talk to you soon.